to say, I watched Neil Robertson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And he dominated that one. So we should be in for a treat.
Yes, at the top of the show in the commentary box you were talking about B game, and I understand what you're saying, you know, that if you don't have your A game you're going to get beaten, and I think that's key, especially for Judd, because he needs to get off to a start in this match. I think on form he's certainly the best player at the moment, but it's all about getting off on start. And we've got a chance to look at the tournament pot success rate over throughout the tournament, and look how close they are. There's not a percentage between them. That's over 4 matches as well, so that just shows you how consistent they've been.
Yes, and the safety success, well, Trump is actually in front, 81%, which you wouldn't have thought, but he is.
Any advantage, John, of the fact that Robertson's playing his first match on this table, where Judd's played every match on this table?
Shouldn't think it'd take him too long to get used to it, really. We know that Robertson is a formidable competitor. I think he's been in 6 finals, Willie, and he's won all 6. So that's not a bad record.
That's like a nothing safety shot there, but he didn't have any option. It's left Judd a very easy safety shot. Just coming around to see if this red will pass in between those 2 reds into the corner. I don't. Well, we talked about flukes, John, earlier on, and at some time this afternoon we might get you a chance to show the 2 flukes against Dominic Dale, but that's a nice start, isn't it? A fluke in the first frame.
Yes, in fairness to him though, he played it the right way, because obviously if he'd have played that softer he could have chipped the red over the corner pocket, so he played it in a way that, okay, it was a bonus if he got it, but the red was going to come back into safety, so it was a good choice of shot.
5. 6.
Well, already looks like he's got himself in prime position. Hold on to your hats here.
Obviously would have expected the bunch of reds to be moved there, and
13.
he actually probably played straight into the reds, not necessarily into that red, but didn't quite get all of the cue ball, but he still has pots available into the middle and the corner. This is what I like about Judd when he's in the balls. He doesn't see any other shot than a pot. You know, he would never think, oh, this is a bit tricky, I'll play safe. He just wants to pot everything.
Yes, you don't get any points for safety, do you?
Get the occasional opening, but I know what you mean. Big day for our referee, Mr. Skillion. Semi-final, 2 of the quickest players in the game. He'll need his trainers on before the day's out. Not a great pack to go into from the black. It's the older flat pack syndrome, John, here. These 3 reds, so if he does play into them any time, he'll be needing to hit one of the outside reds half ball. If he hits them full, he'll stick on them, so that's going to be in a couple of shots' time. There you see them dead straight at the pack. He's got a red in balk he can play for this time. Be interested to see whether he decides to go into them from the pink or the black.
27. 28.
Well, looks pretty good here. No reason why he shouldn't get the right angle to get into this pack.
35.
Looks like he's come a bit straight though.
Amazingly enough, these are a better pack to go into cushion first, but he's not going to be able to do it now he's left this position on the red.
42.
When you play the arc shot in off the cushion into the pack on a flat back pack, they'll split better, but he's finished absolutely straight on this.
Just about to say, didn't play that very well. The last black, he shouldn't be anywhere near straight here.
A shot that was on years ago, John, they don't play now. When it was dead straight, you could run through and catch these jaws and come out for the black, but they never seem to play that shot anymore. So playing the screw shot, just trying to pinch a bit, he could miss this.
43.
Yes, and that's all because of the shot before. And black to get on that red was pretty poor by Judd's standard. That. There we have it. Should have left himself an angle off this one. That's no good.
He's decided to put the yellow safe. That's nice. He's got both yellow and blue slightly out of commission now. You can see the left-hand side of the pack through the pink and green, and he's just come round to see if one of these reds is set to the corner. Deciding to play off the cushion.
Yes, touching ball so he can play away. One of those instances you'd probably prefer to leave the pack on show for Neil Robertson. You'd like him to open these reds. Sometimes if you leave him snookered, you know he's just going to drop into them off a side cushion, so not always the best way just to leave a snooker. He has done here, but it'll be the same sort of shot for Neil. Just drop into them.
And also, John, if he could have cued at the black without, and using the spider, he would have probably flicked off the black and put the black safe there and playing the safety shot. The fact that he's touching the red, he wasn't able to do that because he was too much hampered. So exactly the same shot, only into the side of them this time rather than off two cushions. It's a wide in cricket.
Foul and a miss. Judd trump, 4.
Don't blame Judd if he decides to play the safety shot here, purely because he knows he's not going to have anything better to play at than next time he comes to the table, because he'd virtually be touching ball. I think he's playing the right shot here. He could get him behind blue and yellow if he hits them thin enough off the top cushion. Don't blame him at all for taking that shot himself, John.
No, he's playing a very good quality match play frame here, Judd. Keeping the pressure on Neil Robertson, but once again, he won't be getting a chance after this because he'll just be dead weight into the back of this pack. Well, he should be, but it's not his Weetabix.
Judd trump.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on, John, the fact that Neil's played 2 or 3 matches on the other table and not one on this, and sometimes there can be a little bit of difference in pace or the bounce of the cushions. OK, he might be a little bit nervous at the moment as its first frame, but that was a long way short.
Yeah, okay.
That's another point to make about the table, Willie. This is probably a brand new cloth. I think it usually is for semi-finals and finals. So the shot that Neil played before, where he came off the side cushion and he slid down and was a wide, as you called it, was probably due to the new cloth.
And this is the first time that Neil's going to get the upper hand on the safety, so he can bring reds into play now. OK, can't hide the white at all, but as long as he gets virtually in the jaws of the left-hand pocket there, it's a tough safety shot to play. He needs to play this a little bit pacey. He's 51 behind. He needs at least 3 reds to come out of the pack from here. Oh, Didn't entertain that at all, leaving Judd the option of bringing a few out.
Yeah, that's the point I was making before when he played the safety. That's exactly where I would have been leaving the cue. Got a shot to play where he's moving reds out.
He's left one sticking out. Okay, 51-point lead is